Okay, let's get started. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this mini yin yoga practice for better sleep. My name's Abigail, if we haven't practiced together before. And this is going to be about a 20-25 minute practice. You don't really need anything. If you have blocks available and a folded blanket, that's great, but you don't have to have those. They're just optional. So this evening we're going to start in straddle pose, dragonfly pose. So come sit down and then take your legs as wide as is comfortable. And you can sit up on a folded blanket for this pose. So sit and then come right to the edge of the blanket. So just gives us a little bit more access to tilting forward. And you can have your legs a little bit closer together, a little bit further apart. If you have blocks, you can grab them because we're going to start in a side bend. So a block would go on the inside of the right knee. And then to begin with, right arm comes to the block, to the top of the leg, or even down to the mat. And left arm can come up overhead, but that's kind of active, and we are going to be here for a couple of minutes. So maybe you just want to have the left hand hanging in the lap, or even you can take that left hand and walk it up between the shoulder blades to get into the shoulder on the left side. So come and find your variation of this side bend. You can look up towards the ceiling, you can look down towards the mat, and you can close your eyes. And take about 3 more breaths in this side bend. And then if you have the left hand tucked up between the shoulder blades, you can just release it and bring your torso back up to center. And just pause here for a breath at top and just notice if there's any difference between the left side waist and the right side waist. And then we'll take it into the other side. If you want to use a block, the block goes on the inside of the left knee. And then side bend over to the left. Left hand comes to the mat, to the leg, or to the block. And then yogi's choice as to what you do with your right hand. I'm going to walk it up between my shoulder blades. And I'm right-handed, so my right shoulder is a lot tighter than my left. So I kind of have to wiggle it up there. we'll take 3 more breaths on this side. Release that right hand down if you have it tucked up on the back. Slowly bring your torso back upright. And take a breath here at the top. And then we'll move into our last variation of straddle, which is going to be a forward fold. So stay sitting up on something. Take a deep breath, sitting up tall. And then with your next exhale, begin to walk your torso forward to any degree. If you come this far, that's absolutely fine. If you want to grab some blocks, make a little pillow for your head. Or make a little support so you can rest your head, that's good. Or you can just hold on to your legs and let your head fold forward. So just come to whatever your first natural edge is today, and that may be different from what it was yesterday or what it will be tomorrow. So just meet your body where it is today. And if this isn't working out for you, you can always bend the knees and put blocks under the knees. Or you can even bend the knees to the point that the feet come onto the floor, and that may give you enough space to be able to come forward. And then slowly roll your torso up. If you have any props, you can move them off to the side. Lean back into your hands so you can release the hips, and then walk your legs in together and give them a little bit of a shake. You can let the feet windshield wiper side to side, taking any movement you need to in between these static poses. And then we'll make our way into a half shoelace. So left foot is going to stay long, straight ahead of you. Bend the right foot and then cross the right leg over the left so that the right knee tracks on top of the left knee. You can stay sitting up on a blanket. This is half shoelace. If you have full shoelace in your practice and you'd like to take it, then please feel free. For full shoelace, you bend that left knee and the left foot is going to come by the right hip. So find your variation of shoelace. You can play with how close the feet are to the hips or how far away they are. And then for the first breath here, we sit up tall. And then we're going to move into a twist. So our right hand comes out behind us for support, whichever variation you're in, whether you're in half or full shoelace. And then left hand comes to the outside of the right thigh. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, twist to the right. As you arrive in your twist, make sure you're in a position where you're able to breathe comfortably. You don't want to yank ourselves so far into the twist that our breathing gets hindered. So just come to wherever you first stop, wherever you first feel resistance, and then pause there. Next time you exhale, unwind to center. Lean back into your hands again so that you can release the legs. Unravel the legs and give them a little bit of a shake. And then we'll take it over to the other side. So this time, right leg stays long, straight out in front of you. Bend the left knee. Left foot comes to the outside of the right hip. You can either stay here in half shoelace, knees stacked on top of each other, or you can bend that the right leg, and bring the right foot near the left hip, knees again tracking on top of each other. First breath sits you up tall. And then exhale, left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, lift. And exhale, twist. With your next exhale, unwind back to center. Lean back into your hands, unravel the legs. And it might feel nice this time to take some windshield wipers. So knees bent, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. And then let your knees drop from side to side. And when you've taken any movement or stillness that you need, we'll make our way down onto our stomachs. So come to lie all the way down, and we'll make our way into Sphinx pose. So elbows underneath shoulders, hands out in front of you, palms face down on the mat. And roll the shoulder blades onto the back. And then when you first arrive here, just check out how this feels in your lower back. If it's dull and achy, that's okay, that's what we're going for. But if it's pinchy or sharp, then come on down, all the way down to your stomach, and just rest your head on the mat. And just being here on your stomach, face down on the mat, is a mini back bend in itself. So that will get you targeting the same tissues as Sphinx. If you're here in a Sphinx and you like a little bit more, you can explore bending the legs and energetically reaching the feet towards the head towards the feet. Alternatively, you can come into seal. And for seal, walk your hands as wide as the mat and maybe a little further forward. Push into your hands and work towards straightening the arms. If the arms straighten easily, you can explore walking the arms a little, or the hands a little closer in towards the body. And see if this checks out. And just take a last few breaths here in whatever back bend you are in. If you have your knees bent, and bring your lower legs back down to the mat. And with your next exhale, release down to the mat. You can bring one cheek to the mat. And as you're ready, roll over onto your back. Come to lie all the way down. You can bend the knees. And we'll come into happy baby. Soles of the feet point up towards the ceiling. You can grab the outside of the feet. You can have peace fingers wrapping around the big toe, or you can just grab the back of the thighs. So knees bent, soles of the feet upwards, and then see if you can keep the lower back long. And if happy baby doesn't work for you, you might explore taking half happy baby. So just holding on to one foot, the sole of the other foot releases down to the mat. If you're in half happy baby, then switch sides. And just take a couple more breaths here. And as you're ready, release the grip on the feet. And we'll make our way into Savasana. So take your legs long, feet as wide as the mat. Up, arms out to the sides, palms face up. You can walk your shoulders underneath you a little bit. And as you arrive here in relaxation pose, just do a quick stock check. Are you holding on to tension anywhere? Is there any part of your body that you can relax just a little bit more than you already are? And then collectively, we all inhale through the nose and exhale, sigh out the mouth. And slowly begin to deepen the breath. Begin to bring awareness back to the body. Start making micro movements, wiggling the fingers and toes. And let the head roll from side to side. And make the movements a little bit bigger, circling the wrists and the ankles. It might feel good to take the arms overhead and take a full body stretch. And then bring the knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around the knees. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. Rock a little from side to side. Massage the spine. And then as you're ready, roll to your right side. And just pause there for a few breaths. And let the energy of your practice settle. And then as you're ready, make your way up to sit. And come find any comfortable seat of your choice. And as you get there, close your eyes. Let your hands fall wherever is comfortable. And sit up tall. And just notice any feelings of relaxation that you might have cultivated during this short practice. Notice if anything that may have been feeling tense or tight has loosened a little bit. And bring your hands together and press your chest. And take the knuckles of your thumbs to your third eye, the center of your forehead. And give thanks to yourself for making time to practice. Give thanks to your body for being strong. Give thanks to your breath for being your guide in the poses.